Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We have an interesting development from the House Judiciary Committee, a recent meeting there. Apparently, Democrats prefer pedophiles over veterans in hate crimes legislation. You know, this hate crimes legislation that's working its way through the House right now. During a House Judiciary Committee meeting, Congressman Steve King, Republican Iowa, offered an amendment to the hate crimes bill to exclude pedophiles from being a protected category under the hate crimes legislation. Every single Democrat voted it down. In the same meeting, Congressman Tom Rooney, Republican Florida, offered an amendment to include veterans as a class protected under the hate crimes bill. Not only did the Democrats vote it down, but Congressman Debbie Wasserman Schultz attacked the Republicans for even thinking veterans might need protection under hate crimes legislation. After all, who but Democrats in Congress hate veterans? Wasserman Schultz called it belittling to believe that members of the armed forces have been systematically victimized by hate crimes. Well, Debbie, you're making a mountain out of a molehill, suggesting that there are numerous hate crimes against homos, and you're giving them special protection under the law. Why not the same for members of the armed forces? No surprise here, folks. Democrats will protect child molesters like former Congressman Gary Studs, but not members of the armed forces. What is a hate crime, and how does it differ from a love crime? I've never heard that answered. Makes me think of the song by Guns N' Roses, I used to love her, but I had to kill her. This is just another Democrat sop to the militant homosexual activists, which pretty much run their party now. And unfortunately, we have log cabin Republicans like Mary Madeline and Meghan McCain who are trying to be bipartisan and let them run our party too. But as I said, what's the difference between a hate crime and a love crime? What's the difference between two white guys breaking into another white guy's house and shooting him and taking all his money, as opposed to a guy killing another guy just because he's a homosexual? I understand just the concept, but there's really no difference. A crime is a crime, and to call something a hate crime and differentiate that from just a good old run-of-the-mill convenience store robbing where the clerk gets shot in the face is stupid. And of course, like I said, this is just a Democrat sop to one of their special interests.